Hey, Mike, we got a bunch of casts here or something? What's this?
Well, these are casts that we have for sale in the museum. Second, third, fourth, and in some cases even further away from the original. But some of the better ones are real close to the original. We have a Patterson cast that I got years ago up at the Sasquatch Symposium in Pullman. That's really close to an original. It's got pretty good definition around the toes and so forth. This is, of course, from the Patterson Gimlin film. This is Patty's footprint. And people sometimes get confused about which foot this would be. Some people might say, well, it's the right foot. Well, actually, no. It's the mirror image of the right foot, because this is the bottom of the foot. So actually, as you can see, since that's the bottom, that's the left foot. So there's the Patterson left foot. We also have a Patterson right foot. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's a left foot too. It's just a different one. And as you can tell, it's further removed from the original. It's got a lot less detail on it. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, these are all pretty much the same in terms of detail. Here's an example of the same cast that's further removed from the original, and you see it's got even less detail. It just gets all flattened. But we saw these at different prices. Over here we have some knuckle prints that were generated from a cast made by Paul Freeman. This is a cast that was made up in Grays Harbor. Both of these are from Grays Harbor. This is a full-on foot cast. This is real close to the original. It's a very good copy. Very little distortion from the original. Interestingly enough, the one down on the floor that's broken is from the same footprint. But you see how different it looks. It's very boxy. You don't see any of the fine detail, the soft curves. That's because that's, many generations removed from the original. This one also is a lot farther from the original, and you see how it's had a tendency to flatten out. That flattening also occurs when a person makes a mold and doesn't bother to make a superstructure to hold the latex mold. Because of the price of latex, generally you paint layers of latex on the cast, and then you peel them off, and you have this kind of a rubber boot that fits over the shape of this thing. But when you pour the plaster in, if you just leave the thing laying on a flat surface, the rubber tends to flatten out, and then your print ends up flat like this one. That doesn't show any of the dimensional aspect of the foot cast. And so a good cast, you have to make both a positive and a negative, and then you make a negative version of it that's made out of clay or some inexpensive material. Then you recast that in plaster also. Then you can take this slip that you've made that has the detail of the foot, lay it on that less expensive cast to give it some three-dimensional presence. Then you pour the plaster in, and you get a much better rendition of the print. So this one, they haven't done that, and so the cast has ended up really flat and less believable because of it. And so we sell those for a lot less than the ones that are, a better job. This is a cast that was made from the famous Skookum cast, the full body cast that was made up in Skookum, Washington. This is one of the more intriguing parts of the cast. This is the part that seems to, of course, it's very controversial. And the people that were involved in making this cast and who have had the most time to study it and the most contact with it are pretty much an agreement that this is the calcaneus, or the heel bone, of a Sasquatch. And you can see, oops, just broke it. You can see the hair pattern as it comes down the Achilles tendon. You can see that it has an extended heel that sticks out. This is what's been noticed in the other foot casts and so forth, and written about by both Meldrum and Krantz. And of course, this is what the actual heel print looks like, because this is a positive that was made from the imprint of the Skookum. So they've taken the Skookum cast, and then they've made a positive print from that part of the cast where the heel had been impressed, and it gives you an actual 3D rendition of the heel itself. Now, the naysayers, of course, the skeptics, say that this is the knee of an elk, But Rick Knoll checked that out. One of the first things he did, but he and John Green both have looked into that. They've actually done tests with elk knees and tried to replicate this effect. And the elk knees have a different pattern on the hair, and they're just not as big as this heel. This is a copy made from the Bossberg cripple, and this is the foot that's crippled. And there are lines in here indicating where the bones are. Those lines were inscribed on the cast by Grover Krantz. And because of the pathology in this foot, he was convinced that this couldn't be a fake, that this was, showed too much anatomy knowledge for a hoaxer to have created this. And it was one of the things that actually made him a believer in the reality of an animal leaving real footprints out there. This one, excuse me, I'll put this back. This one is a cast made from a print made by Paul Freeman. This was cast in the Mill Creek watershed, the original. This is a pretty good copy, and it's very similar to a lot of the prints that he made in that area in the Mill Creek watershed. And but this one's cast in resin, not as breakable as the plaster ones. So that's what we currently have in the way of casts for sale.